Hi Ian, how are you doing? I just saw your post in my Facebook group about having anxiety, being overwhelmed by the learning process of the software, and also artistically by your expectations, by your process. And I thought this is a good opportunity to talk to everybody in my community because this is very common. So I can really tell you you're not alone with that. Actually, this is part of every artist's life out there on the planet. Anxiety, fear, being overwhelmed by the things we try to do, that's quite normal. For creative people, because in creative life you try to create something out of nothing, and that is much harder than just doing a process that you do every day, right? So that is very challenging. Now I want to help you to cope with that, to handle that, right? I want to talk a little bit about what happens on social media first. So we have these impressions when we look at other artists. They look like they are doing it without fear, no problem, just finger snapping, and boom, there is a perfect, amazing work. And everybody's like, wow, how did that person do that so easily, right? This is not the case. They prepare for weeks or months, sometimes years to create that project, prepare every step, know that they can execute it, and then they do it. So it is a lot of struggle and fear, and yeah, all that process is involved. And then, of course, you make it look like it's easy because you want to entertain people and not just like tell them how hard it is. Like if you go to your bakery, you don't want to know how hard it is to make the cake. You want to eat the cake, right? You want to enjoy the sugary cake and not know all the sweat and tears that have been involved in making that wonderful creation, right? So that's just part of the process. So don't fret over that. That's completely normal. Now, I want to give you some idea on how to cope, how to handle these fears and anxieties. So I found for myself that when I have too much anxiety and fear, the reason is that I take on a too large project that I can't handle. It's too complex for myself, and also I didn't prepare enough for that project, right? So we can already have attacking no, we're handling these 2 points. That's a better way to phrase that. Okay, so the first one is project too big. Well, make it smaller, make it simpler. If it is too much, it just is not what you can do at that moment, and your body is telling this to you through anxiety and fear, because fear means you attack or you handle something that is not something you usually know how to do. So go slower. Slow it down, make it simpler, make it easier. Just like, for example, instead of making a very complex photo shooting with 5 models and a stuntman or something that, I'm kind of overdoing it right now, but you know what I mean. Just make a normal portrait shot of just the face in an interesting light. One light source, one face, one camera, boom. That's a easy project. Experiment with that. Maybe also tone it down to black and white photography, and boom, you have something where you know you can get good results. You have a lot of fun. You learn a lot from the process, and you can just enjoy that, right? Now, the second part is preparation. And that can be a little bit difficult because without knowing how things go, it's really hard to know what you need to prepare to be well prepared. So again, go in easy steps and be prepared, be open to make mistakes. It's also okay, right? I made a huge mistake this year when I thought, hey, I just go to Thailand and I make awesome photos and then I share them with you. And of course, it was a lockdown and I couldn't do any of that. And I was there for 6 weeks. It was amazing. It was really cool. But it wasn't what I thought it would be. And I just bit up more than I could handle, right? So the next one was Barcelona, and that was 4 days, and that worked very well. I had anxiety on that trip, to be honest, because of course, I still did some mistakes, and of course, it was kind of a risk to do that. But at the same time, I'm really happy with the results. I'm kind of proud of the results also. And I thought I could share some interesting moments and some interesting insights with you. And because it was a much smaller project, and because I already know that city and it is near to my home, the anxiety and all that was a lot more down. And next time, I'm even better prepared because I know now how to prepare all these different things a lot better. How to find the locations, how to know how to get a good shot at that location, all these kind of things. So the more you know about a project that you're doing, the better you're prepared and know in advance what is going to happen and what maybe could go wrong at that moment and how you have an alternative for that. So, meaning the more you prepare, the more you have control, the less you have fear about that, the less you have anxiety about that. So that is my advice to you. Try to prepare well for the projects you want to do. Make the projects small at the same time so you can handle them. And then go through a process that you can handle and that is a little bit more advanced than last time, but not super hugely advanced, right? So don't expect to climb Mount Everest before you have climbed the steps in your house. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's my advice for that. So I hope I could help you with that. And like I said, it's completely normal to have fear and anxiety. Just go against it by slowing down and preparing well. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye.